welcome back to the channel by Apples, and this is Chandrika. Today is our day 38. As you know, we finished all the chapters line by line NCRT MCQs. So from today onwards, that is left over whatever 3 days is there, 38, 39 and 40, we will be discussing model papers. So today is the model paper 1 we are going to discuss. So this is the first question. As a question here, I'm aligned same as per in NEET session only. So biology questions will starts 91st onwards. That's what here. First question will be 91. So this is the first question. The drug whose plant leaves contain atropine and is used as doctors to dilate pupil of eyes is A. Reserpine, B. Aspirin, C. Codeine, and then D. Belladonna. So here the right option is option D, Belladonna. Actually, atropine, a naturally occurring alkaloid extracted from the leaves and even the roots of the Atropa belladonna, a plant which is commonly known as deadly nightshades. Okay, in medicine it is used as a you can say mydriatic, dilute the pupil. Okay, so next question, that is 92th one. Which of the following enzyme is the replicative polymerase in E. coli? DNA Pol 4, Pol 2, 3 and then 1. Here the right option is option C, Pol 3. Next, 93. Transposons are the sequences of a polypeptide chain, RNA, DNA and then chromosomes. And the right option is C, DNA, because transposons are also known as what? Jumping genes. Okay, are specific sequence of the DNA that can move from one location to the another within a genome. That's what here the right option is C. 94th question. Hypothyroidism is characterized by all of the following except coarse dry skin, Gall's disease, increased demand for energy, heat intolerance. So here the right option is option D, heat intolerance. Next, 95. Penicillium undergoes a sexual reproduction by the A. Formation of Clistotica, formation of conidiophore, formation of buds and then fragmentation. Here the right option of formation of Clistothecia. 96th question. Which one of the following disease is an arthropod borne disease? Arthropod borne disease: syphilis, leprosy, typhus fever and then cholera. So here the right option is option C, typhus fever. Arthropoda borne disease is one of the transmitted to the human by arthropods such as insects like lice, mosquitoes. Next one, 97th one. In human eyes, retina has cones which are responsible for the color vision and are sensitive to entire visible spectrum. The three principal cones are red, blue and green, violet, indigo and blue, red, orange and yellow, red, blue and then yellow. So here the right option is red, blue and green. The three principal cones are red, blue and then green. Here if I say L cone, that is long wavelength, refers to red, and M cone, which is medium wavelength, which is refers to the green, and then S cone, shorter one, which is refers to the blue cone. L for red, S for blue, and M for green. Next, 98th one. Which among the following is not an advantage of GM crops? Not an advantage, he is asking. GM plants are able to tolerate cold climate. Yes, of course. GM plants can withstand long period of drought. Yes. GM plants help to eliminate the use of climatic pesticides. Yes, this one is also right. He is asking not an advantage. GM plants cause unintended harm to the other organisms. This is wrong, because it is considered as a disadvantage. Next, 99. Which of the following statement is incorrect? JBS Haldane natural selection theory, De Vries mutation theory, Lamarck inheritance of acquired character, Louis Pasteur germ theory. So here, which one is incorrectly matched is JBS Haldane natural theory. Natural theory selection actually was proposed by Charles Darwin, not by the JBS Haldane, isn't it? Next, 100 question. Question number 100. Non-endocrine hormone are secreted by the cells and widely spread in the body. Which of the following doesn't represent such hormone? A. Insulin, B. Motilin, C. Ghrelin, D. Calcitonin. So here the right option is option D, calcitonin. Non-endocrine hormones means it refers to the local hormones or hormones from non-organized endocrine are secreted by the specialized cells. Whereas this one motilin and ghrelin are secreted by the gastrointestinal tract, whereas insulin is secreted by the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas. So these three are not, but the D, calcitonin, is non-endocrine hormone. 101. Which of the following ideas was not a part of Charles Darwin theory of origin of species by the natural selection? A. More offsprings are produced by the organisms than the number an environment can support. So not a part, he is asking. Actually, this is a core part of Darwin's theory, that is overproduction. Gene mutation is responsible for variations among the individuals. Yes, this one is also right. And individuals best adapt to the environment can successfully survive and reproduce. This one is also right. And whereas D, individuals of an area tend to compete for scarce resources. This one is not. D is not. So 102. Which of the following genetic disorders runs in the British royal family? Hemophilia, phenylketonuria, thalassemia, color blindness. That is hemophilia. It is called royal disease also. It is famously known as. Next, 103. Which method is used to analyze inheritance pattern of traits in humans? Karyotyping, B. DNA fingerprinting, C. Pedigree analysis, D. all of this. So here the C, pedigree analysis. It's a primary method used to study or else trace the inheritance pattern of specific traits or genetic disorders. 104. The occurrence of hemophilia is more likely in the human males compared to the female because females are heterogametic. Females can only be carriers. The hemophilic allele is present only on X chromosome. The hemophilic allele is present only on Y chromosome. So here the right option is option C. The hemophilic allele is present only on X chromosome. Next, 105. Rh factor is named after mouse, human, monkey, rabbit. It is right option is C, monkey. Rhesus monkey, that is Macaca rhesus. It is named after the monkey. 106. Certain glands produce hormones that stimulate other endocrine glands. Identify the hormone which specifically acts to trigger hormone secretion by another gland. Growth hormone, thyroxine, adrenocorticotropin hormone, antidiuretic hormone. So here the right option is option C, ACTH. It is produced by the anterior pituitary gland, but it travels through the bloodstream to the adrenal glands to trigger the release of the cortisol. 107. Which of the following organism has been commercially utilized as a blood cholesterol lowering agent? Torlopsis utilis, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Monascus purpureus, Pseudomonas putida. So here the right option is option C, Monascus purpurea. 108. Who discovered X body but was not able to explain its role? A. Morgan, B. Calvin, C. Henkin, D. Biddle. So here the right option is Henking. 109. Hyposecretion of anterior pituitary leads to the acromegaly, Simmons disease, Hashimoto's disease, Basedow disease. So it is option B is right here. 110. Identify the incorrectly matched pair. A. Transformation. Free DNA is incorporated into the recipient cell. Transduction. Donor DNA transfer in the mediated by the virus. Conjugation. Transfer of DNA involves cell to cell contact. Sporulation. Formation of cyst. So here incorrect match is sporulation, formation of the cyst. Sporulation is the process of formation of endospores, not the cysts. So this is the wrongly matched. 111. The pH of the blood in the arteries is 7.4, which is higher than the pH in the veins, lower than the pH in the veins, equals to the pH in the veins, and varies in different positions. So it is actually higher than the pH in the veins. So option A is right. pH of arteries blood is approximately 7.4, while the pH of venous blood is slightly lower, 7.35. Next question, 112. Match the following, column 1 with column 2. Operator gene, which is going to be providing binding site for the repressor protein. A is 2. Next, structural gene, that is for DNA synthesis that initiates the transcription. So B is 3. 2 and then 3. So the right option is option A itself. Next, 113. Charging of the tRNA is also known as transcription, polymerization, amino acylation, adenylation. So it is also known as amino acylation. 114. Mixoxanthin is found only in A. Euglenophyta, B. Cyanophyta, C. Phaeophyta, D. Pyrophyta. So it is the right option is option B, Cyanophyta. Next, 115. The presence of human chorionic gonadotropin in the urine suggests Graves' disease, B. goiter, C. pregnancy, and then D. diabetes. So, presence of human chorionic gonadotropin, that is HCG, in the urine suggests that the pregnancy. 116. The pattern of cleavage in the human zygote is determinate, holoblastic, indeterminate, and meroblastic. So here the right option is holoblastic. 117. Rigor mortis appears first on neck, lower jaw, legs, lower abdomen. So it firstly appears in lower jaw. Next, endark is protoxylem lying to the inner side of the metaxylem, protoxylem lying in the middle of the metaxylem, protoxylem lying outside the metaxylem, protoxylem lying in the center of the metaxylem. So here the right option is option A. Endark means entry. If I say this is meta and here comes the proto. If protoxylem is towards the center and then metaxylem is towards the periphery, then it is called endark condition. 119. Match the following type of question. A. Cervical. Cervical, the neck region contains 7 vertebrates, isn't it? So it matches with 1. A is 1. And thoracic, upper and middle back region contains 12 vertebrae. So B is for 3. And whereas lumbar, the lower back region contains 5 vertebrae. So C is for 4. And then sacral, it is for 2. 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 3, 4, 2. C is right option. Next, 120. High copy number in a vector is to provide more replicates of inserted DNA sequence in the cell, easy transformation to the host cells, C, easy isolation and purification, and then D, small size or low molecular weight for the enhanced stability. So here high copy number is the vector to provide more replicates of the inserted DNA sequence in a cell. 121. Identify the correct matched pair. Wet deposition matches with acidic water received through rain. Yes. B. Dry deposition of wind blown acidic gases, air pollution, biomagnification. So here both A and B are right. We will go with the option D. 122. Which of the following is not exclusively composed of glucose molecule? Maltose, glycogen, lactose, cellulose. So here the right option is lactose. Maltose, it is actually exclusive of 2 glucoses, whereas glycogen, it is made up of entirely of glucose units, whereas lactose, it is found in milk composed of 1 glucose molecule and 1 galactose, not entirely made up of glucose, whereas cellulose, it is made up of long chain of glucose molecule. So among them lactose will be correct. 123. Quaternary structure of protein is associated with 3-dimensional structure of the peptide chain, orientation of multi-subunits of a protein, amino acid sequence, and hydrogen bonding. So here the right option is B, orientation of the multi-subunits of the protein. Primary structure, here he is asking quaternary, isn't it? Primary structure, it will be of linear amino acid sequence, whereas secondary structure is a hydrogen bonding structure, where he is asked in the hydrogen bonding. This will be for secondary one, secondary structure of the protein, whereas amino acid sequence will be for primary. This is for quaternary structure, and this is the three-dimensional view for tertiary structure. Okay, so he is asking quaternary, we will go with the option B. 124. Arrange the following steps in the process of decomposition. 1. That is fragmentation, catabolism, leaching, humidification and mineralization. First there will be fragmentation, yes. Next leaching, that is 1 and 3. Next catabolism, 2, 1, 3, 2. Next comes humidification, 4 and 5. So the right option is option B. 125. The term K minus N by K is A. Carrying capacity for any given population. B. Greatest when K is large. C. 0 when population size gets equals to the carrying capacity. D. Increased when N approaches the K. So here the right option is option C. 126. Largest herbarium of the world, National Museum of Natural History, is situated in New York, Paris, Q, Geneva. This is right option is Paris. 127. Which of the following is an example of buffer system in the blood? Oxygen, carbon dioxide. B. Oxyhemoglobin and carboxyhemoglobin. C. Bicarbonate and carbonic acid. D. Sodium sulfate and oxalic acid. Here the right option is option C, bicarbonate and carbonic acid. 128. Match the following type question. Match the tools, column 1 with column 2. Shotgun, it is to find a particular gene in a whole genome. To find a particular gene in a whole genome, that is A is for antisense gene. It is to stop expression of the gene in a cell. So B is 3. 4 and then 3. Gene synthesis is to make a gene, and electrophoresis to separate the fragments of the DNA. So we will go with the right option is C. 129, not it is 39, it's 129. The chloroplast thylakoid are in the form of interconnected tubules, interconnected sacs, independent discs, stacked disc. It is stacked disc. 130th question. Which of the following is incorrect with respect to the plant hormone? A. They are synthesized in specific glands and tissues. First term itself is right. They have specialized organs, not the glands. Okay, plant won't have glands. They are having simple tissues or else organs, you can say. So here the first one itself is the incorrect one. 131. Which of the following events does not takes place during the mitotic prophase? A. Disappearance of the nuclear envelope, nucleolar disappearance or disaggregation. C. DNA replication. D. Coiling of chromosomes. So here odd one is C, DNA replication. It is specific during the S phase of the interphase. Okay, he is asking mitotic phase, so it is odd one. 132. Question number 132. Zoochlorella is an example of epizoic algae, endozoic algae, epiphytic algae, holophytic algae. So here The right option is endozoic algae. It's an example of endozoic algae. Next, 133. Match the following question. Match the column 1 with column 2. Obligate parasite. Here the obligate parasite is grow only upon the suitable living host tissue. That is, A is for 4. And destructive parasite, where it kills the host cell or tissue. B is for 1. 4 and then 1. So the right option will be the D. Next question, 134. Identify the incorrect statement. First one, rabbit eats its own feces. Yes, this is correct. Next, mouse never drinks water. It is incorrect. While some desert rodents, if we talk about the kangaroo rat, can survive on a metabolic water, but commonly mice do need to drink water. So this one is incorrect. Hippopotamus is called the horse of the river. Yes, this one is right. Gibbon is the African dog-like monkey. This is wrong. Gibbon are small apes and are native to the Asia, not the Africa. Here even Africa, isn't it? So incorrect statement is 2 and then 4. 2 and then 4. Right option is B. 135. Which of the following is not a larval stage of blood fluke? Sporocyst, radia, cercaria, miracidium. So here it is the B1 is right. 136. The lymph vessels within the villi help in absorption of glycerol, fatty acids and monoglycerides. B. Absorption of glucose, galactose and then fructose. Absorption of fatty acids, glycerol and galactose. Absorption of amino acids and monosaccharides. Here the right option is option A. Lymph vessels within the villi help in the special large fat derived molecules like fatty acids, glycerols and monoglycerides. Again, match the following type of question. 137. Negative soil population. Negative soil population, which is reduction of soil producing due to erosion and overuse. So A is 3. Positive soil population, reduction of soil productivity due to the addition. This is due to erosion, this is due to addition. So A, B is 1. And then landscape pollution, it is congregation fertile land into barren area. So C is 2. 3, 1, 2. Right option is C. 138. Which variety of silk is produced in Assam? It's not Assam, it is ASSAM. Okay, it is also called as ASOM, Assam also. Tusar silk, Shangtan silk, Muga silk, Mulberry silk. So Assam is very known for the natural golden yellow tiny extremely durability of the Muga silk. So the right option is option C. The other varieties I can say, this one, first one, Tusar silk is mainly produced in the states like Jharkhand and then Chhattisgarh and even Odisha also. Mulberry silk is from especially Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal, whereas Shantgan silk is silk fiber originally from the Shangdan provision that is in China. So these are the things. 139. Which of the following is true for F1 particle of the oxysome? It utilizes proton energy. B. It releases proton energy. C. It has no role related to the energy consumption. D. It is present in the membrane of the chloroplast. So here oxisome, a functional unit located on the inner mitochondrial membrane, that is, it is for the energy. A, that is, it utilizes proton energy. Okay, utilizes one. Next, 140. Which statement is true about climacteric fruit? Option A. These fruits show increased respiratory activity at the time of ripening. B. These fruits are developed by artificial methods of the fertilization at the certain period of year. These fruits are produced throughout the year in all climates. None of the above. Here the right option is option A. Climacteric fruits means like such as banana, apples and tomatoes are characterized by a sharp rise in their respiratory rate and burst of the ethylene production. Next, 141. The relationship between species X and species Y is determined as commensalism, which indicates that A. Both species derive mutual benefits like insect pollination. Both species suffer as between the plasmodium and its vector. X derives benefit while Y is harmed like lice living on human body. X derives benefit whereas Y remains unaffected as between the rhamnosus and then shark. So here commensalism means one will be benefiting and other is unaffected. So D is right here. Next, 142. Find the odd one in the given list. Diaphragm, cervical caps, spermicidal jellies and condoms, Nirodh, Saheli and then vaults. So here odd one is Saheli. These all remaining diaphragm, cervical caps, condoms, these all are barrier methods, isn't it? But Saheli is a oral contraceptive pill. So we will go with the option D only. Sixth one. 143. The protein present in raw egg white responsible for the biotin deficiency in alluron, riboflavin, avidin, isoniazid. So here the right option is avidin is a glycoprotein found in a raw egg white. It has extremely high affinity for the biotin. 144. The disadvantage of breeding activity over the technique of GM crops production is breeding activity can use only those genes which are present in such species that can be hybridized with them. B. Any gene can be used for transfer. C. Change in genotype can be preciously controlled. D. Produce a desired phenotype. So here the right option is option A. 145. A distinctive feature of an insect pollinated plant is that A. Their pollen grains tend to have a rougher surface. He is asking insect pollinated. They produce sugary fruit. They have nectar which guides on their flowers. Pollen grains are produced in abundance to make up any loss occurring due to the wind. So here the right option is option A. Their pollen grains tend to have a rougher surface. Next, 146. The reduction of nitrate to nitrite during nitrogen assimilation is carried out by nitrite reductase and Mg, nitrate reductase and FAD, nitrate reductase and ferroxin, nitrite reductase and aspartate. So here the right option is option B, nitrate reductase and FAT. 147. Which method is used when there are only a very few cells available, such as fertilized egg cell? A. Heat shock. B. Electroporation. C. Gene gun. D. Microinjection. The right option is D. Microinjection. 148. Which of the following cofactor is or are required for the formation of acetyl-CoA? Mg2 plus and CoA, TPP, that is thiamine pyrophorate, lipoic acid, all of this. Here the right option is option D, all of this. They all are the cofactors for the formation of acetyl-CoA. 149. A sugar is called reducing because of the presence of a free aldehyde or ketone group. Yes, a free oxygen, a free hydroxyl group, and none of the above. The right option is option A. 150. Glissen's capsule and Kupfer's cells are present in which of the following parts? Stomach, gallbladder, liver, duodenum. So here it is the part of the liver. 151. The transpiration pull overcome a gravitation pull. Yes. Resistance of narrow xylem channels and their end walls. Yes. Resistance offered by the water coming out of the narrow capillary pores to the soil. Yes, this one. So all of them are right. 152. In case of Gloriosa superba, autogamy is prevented due to the presence of a barrier in the between stamens and style. This is technically known as dichogamy, hercogamy, protogyny, and hercostyle. So here the right option is hercogamy. In Gloriosa superba, autogamy is prevented by physical or a spatial barrier, or else we can call it a spatial barrier. The stamen are positioned at a distance and often face away from the style, making it difficult for the pollen grain from the same flower to reach its own stigma. This mechanism is known as what? Hercogamy. 153. Which among the following is functions of cortex? It serves as a protective zone. Yes. It helps in absorption and translocation of the water. Cortex. Yes. So A and B is right. Absorption and translocation in root, what happens? Cortex facilitates the radial movement of the water and minerals from the soil. Next, 154. A patient had developed characteristic points on the teeth called Hutchinson's teeth. Waxman test was used to detect this disease as A. chickenpox, B. smallpox, C. French pox, and D. none of this. Here the right option is French pox. Next, 155. In plants of family Solanaceae, the ovary is bicarpillary syncarpous superior. This one itself is right. 156. Match the following one. Fragmentation, which is for fragmentation. Thallus breaks down into many fragments. A is 4. So the right option is option A will be right. Fission, simple cell division. Budding is for outgrowth proliferation from the thalamus. Gammae arise as a modified branches. 157. Rhodospirillum. Rhodospirillum is an example of cyanobacteria, prochlorobacteria, purple and green bacteria, mycoplasma. It's a purple and green bacteria. That is C is right. 158. Keratinized dead layer of skin is made up of stratified columnar epithelium, simple columnar epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium. So it is made up of stratified squamous epithelium. 159. Phycomycetes are characterized by aseptate coinocytic hyphae. Second one, asexual spores produced endogenously. This one is also right. This one is also right. Show hetero or isogamous sexual reproduction. Yes. Divided into oomycetes and zygomycetes. This one is also right. So all of them are right. 160. Identify the incorrect matched pair. Stem rust of which? Puccinia graminis tricity. Yes, this one is correct. Brown rust of wheat. Puccinia ricordata. Yes. Loose smut of wheat. Puccinia stiphorimis. Loose smut of wheat is actually wrong because caused by Ustilago. Loose smut of wheat is caused by Ustilago nuda. So this is not by Puccinia. So this one is the incorrect match. Covered smut of barley. Ustilago hordi. So this one is also right. 161. Which of the following characteristic is never present at any stage of the development in primary chordates? Post-anal tail, pharyngeal slits, dorsal tubular nerve cord, and none of this. So here the right option is none of this. 162. Mark the incorrect statement. Mark the incorrect statement. F. Reid proposed theory of special creation. This is wrong because Francisco Reid is famous for his experiment that is disapproved, that is theory of special creation. So this one is itself is incorrect statement. So first one itself is right. Next, 163. Which of the following enzyme promotes the spermatozoa to penetrate the egg during the fertilization? Acid phosphatase, hyaluronidase, amylase, and phosphatase. So here the right option is hyaluronidase. Next, 164. Which of the following amino acids has only a single codon? Isoleucine, tryptophan, asparagine, glutamic acid. So here the right option is tryptophan. It codes for only one codon, that is UGG. Next, 165. In which of the following can for methionine tRNA be found? A. Insect, B. Mammals, C. Bacteria, and then D. Yeast. So here the right option is option C, bacteria. Next, 166. Glands of penis are equivalent to dash in female reproductive system. A. Vestibule, B. Hymen, C. Vagina, D. Clitoris. So here the right option is option D, clitoris. 167. The parasites harm the host by reducing the survival, growth, and then reproductive ability of the host. Yes. Reducing its population density. Yes. Might render the host more vulnerable to the predation by making it physically weak. So all of them are right. 168. Name the enzyme involved in ornithine cycle. Oxidase, dehydrogenase, amylase and arginase. Here the right option is arginase. Ornithine cycle is a series of biochemical reactions that occur in the liver to convert toxic ammonia into the urea. So here arginase plays a critical role in the final step of the cycle. 169. After the consumption of meal containing greasy French fries, which hormones and enzymes would be most active during digestion process? So here bile salts, lipase and enterosterones. Yes, this is right. Next, second one, salivary and pancreatic amylase along with disaccharidases. Yes, salivary and pancreatic amylase along with the disaccharidases. These are necessary for the digestion of the potato content of the fries. So this one is also right. Pepsin, trypsin and chymotrypsin, amino carboxypeptidase, dipeptidases and CCK. Here CCK is CCK is involved in the fat digestion. The list of the enzymes is almost entirely focused on the proteins, which are not the primary components of the fries. So this one is not. Salivary amylase, lipase and protein degrading enzymes. Mention the protein degrading enzymes, which are the less relevant here than the carbohydrate and fat enzymes. So this one is also wrong. Only first and then second one. 1 and then 2. A is right. 170. Which among the following causes damages to the chloroplast in plants? Ozone, pan, phenol, aldehyde. Here the pan is peroxyacetyl nitrate. Here the right option itself is the pan, that is peroxyacetyl nitrate. It is a powerful secondary pollutant found in the photochemical smog. It is particularly harmful to the plants because it damages the chloroplast and it inhibits the photosynthesis and causes the visible injury. So this is about the pan. 171. Which of the following statement is true for Aharonotiki thylitoki? They are forms of sexual reproduction. Aharonotiki is found in Piplaneta species, and in thylitoki the diploid egg parthenogenetically develops into the males, and in Aharonotiki the male develops from the unfertilized egg and the female from the fertilized egg. So here the right option is option D. 172. The causes of biodiversity loss include habitat fragmentation, overexploitation, intensive agriculture, all of this. Here the right option is all of this. 173. Waxman and Woodruff were responsible for the isolation of actinomycin and streptozotocin, penicillin and streptomycin, actinomycin and vasomycin, erythromycin and vasomycin. So here the right option is option A, actinomycin and streptomycin. Next, 174. A portion of the endoplasmic reticulum is present in plasmodesmata. It is known as myeloid body, cisternae, vesicles, desmotubules. It is known as desmotubules. Next, 175. Which of the following pigment is not present in the chloroplast? Anthocyanin, chlorophyll B, carotenoids, xanthophylls. Anthocyanin will be not there in the chloroplast. because anthocyanin are the water soluble vacuoles pigment that are typically found in the cell vacuole, not in the chloroplast. 176. It is not advised to sleep in the closed room with fire burning inside, as it could be fatal because excessive heat, non-availability of the oxygen, HB has higher affinity to the CO, and combined effect of B and then C. So here the right option is option D. Combined effect of B, that is non-availability of oxygen also. HB has a higher affinity to the CO also, that is carbon monoxide. 177. Which among the following does not come under the factors affecting primary productivity? A. Environmental factor. B. Nutrient availability. C. Photosynthetic efficiency of the plant. And then D. Leaching. So here the D is the right option because it's a process of decomposition. 178. Which one of the following disease is due to the hypersensitivity? Hay fever, breakbone fever, scarlet fever, enteric fever. So here the right option is option A, hay fever. This is the type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, whereas breakbone fever is another name for the dengue, and scarlet fever, it's a bacterial infection caused by the Streptococcus pyogenes, and whereas enteric fever, it is also commonly known as typhoid. 179. Select the option which is not the true reason for the polyembryony in angiosperms. Cleavage of proembryo, formation of many embryos due to the presence of more than one embryo sac in the same ovule. C. Development of many embryos from egg, formation of many embryos from the structures like nucleus and integuments. So here the right option is option C, development of many embryos from the egg. This is the last one, 180th question. Which among the following, make it as 180 not 90, which among the following is an example of root climbers? Pothos, it's a money plant. It is well known example for the root climbers. Cuscuta, it is this is a parasitic plant, so the right option is A itself. Linospora is actually it's associated with the fungi with as a pathogens, not a common climber plant. And Bauhinia, this is a flowering plant like orchid tree, so this one is also not. So the right option is pothos. Its common name is for money plant. So this is all for today. That is, we discussed about up to 90 questions. This is the model paper. For this paper I have gone some extension of the NCERT I have gone, so that you will be much confident with the even line by line NCERT questions also and expansion of NCERT questions also. So you will be getting confidence to face your exams. I hope this is helpful for you. If it is helpful for you, please like my videos and share my videos. Subscribe my channel. It will be having much more motivation for me. Thank you one and all.